Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So price hasn't really moved since my last update. However, we want to talk about the relevant scenarios on the chart here that we see right now, what the relevant support levels are for each scenario. Remember that if we zoom out a little bit to the daily chart, we still have 3 1-2 setups on the chart for Ethereum. A 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup so far. This last 1-2 setup, obviously we took out the smallest degree 1-2 yesterday with a drop. We still have here a wave 1 to the upside ABC, but it would need to turn around quite quickly. So with that drop yesterday, we might have to give it more space, maybe all the way down to 1200. I'm just saying that. I will need to see how the day develops, but what could be the case is that all of this was wave 1 and all of this is wave 2. So we just have a 1-2, 1-2 setup. Something I mentioned before as an alternative interpretation, should we break below 1535? Okay, so that's just something to be aware. That would basically reduce it down to a couple of 1-2 setups on this chart. Okay, so that would be the alternative now that this is the new primary, but it might be invalidated because with such a flush yesterday, we have to give it more room. Now, on the flip side, with such a flush, we could bottom at any time. But as I said to you over the last few days, I couldn't confirm a low in place and I still can't. There are certain rules that we need to adhere to. I need to see a 5-wave move up above resistance, followed by a 3-wave pullback, and then another break above the wave 1 high. So basically, whatever we're doing, we need to wait to confirm from an analysis point of view that the low is in place. We need 5 waves up. We need 3 waves down. And then we need a break above this wave 1 high, above the first 5 up. Basically, in another rally then, a break of this high. This is what we need to confirm from an analysis point of view that a low is in. If you want certainty, well, there is not even then there is certainty, but if you want confirmation that the trend is shifting to the upside, you have to wait for that signal. Otherwise, you're just catching the falling knife, which is fine, which I do to a degree, but I do this while managing my risk. Okay, so I'm absolutely aware what I'm doing with position sizes and everything on the spot market only. Whereas it is time to be more aggressive when the trend is changing and you can set a tight stop below the first 5-wave move up. Okay, so for many weeks now, we've been waiting for lower prices. Yes, that drop surprised me as well, but very importantly, we couldn't confirm a low in place. It would be pretty bad had I confirmed already a low in place and we would have that drop. But so far, but even then, that's why we manage risk, right? That's why we use a stop, because Elliott Wave tells you exactly where to set a stop. The problem in this situation here is, as we are still going down, you don't really have a place, at least if you're looking for long positions, where you can set a stop loss. So at the moment, we're still short-term focused on lower until we see evidence for a low in place. Market is pretty much oversold, so it theoretically could bottom at any time. But as I said, the price always needs to confirm that. So the current wave count that I've got on the chart here is this 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup. But as I said, I might reduce it down throughout the day to a 1-2, 1-2 setup, where price could then come down close to $1,200. But I will confirm that later today. The difference at the moment doesn't matter at all, because on the shorter time frame, we have no evidence for a low in place at this stage, but it could turn around at any time. So I keep my eyes open for you for evidence that a low is in place. And I will make you aware, first of all, on Discord and Telegram, and then obviously also in the video. For anybody who wants the latest updates, check out the channel membership. Links in the description. What would be a very first signal? You can look for that yourself if you want. A very first, but that would not be based on Elliott Wave. That's more like another quantitative signal, you could say. It is a break above the candle, a sustained break above the candle where the sell-off started. We identify here on the 1-hour chart, or actually on the 15-minute chart would be better, the candle where the high volume started, which is here around 1720. And a sustained break above that would usually be the first signal that a low is in place. At the moment, also this looks a bit like a 3-wave move up. If we get 5 above resistance, we might have a very first and early signal that a low is in, but then I still need a 3-wave pullback to confirm. It was a good decision to not be focused on the upside up here, but still to expect lower prices. That's the advantage of going by the method, going by the rules, yeah, and not being bull or bear, yeah, just going with what we see on the chart, staying in the present. By staying in the present, we can still see that the local trend is down. We have relevant support levels on the chart. The next one is 1535, 1457 is then the next one, yeah, which is very much overlapping with the 1487 level here, the previous support. And then, yeah, we take it from there. I will update you later if I make a change, and I might make one, and I might make it a very large 1-2-1-2 setup. Okay, as I said, basically that we only have a 1-2 and another larger 1-2 setup on the chart. That's sort of the situation at the moment on the ETH chart. This could easily become, as I said, if it's a C wave, we could easily make one more low. Basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might be working on a wave 4 now. But the situation is still very fluid in the markets, very dynamic. If we use Fibonacci extensions to calculate a target for the C wave, you can see that the 1-to-1 ratio, the 100% extension, is basically overlapping here with the 78.6 Fib level, so 1540. Would expect a reaction there, but obviously if we get another flash crash like yesterday, then it could just blast through it. So that means we still need to be very much focused on the possibility for lower prices, need to give it more room, and simultaneously be aware of the fact that it could turn around at any time, tracking potential turnaround structure on the lower time frames. Okay, that's what I'm doing, and I make you aware. But overall, I feel it's a little bit too early to switch completely bearish. You know that we've been focusing on the bear market already very close to the all-time high. Yeah, anybody who's been with us at the time, we've been focusing on upside since June, really. Yeah, since it broke, I think, above $1,000. And we will focus on the downside when we have enough evidence. But I'm always happy to focus on evidence because it allows you to, you know, switch scenarios when you need to, when it's the right time. Same as it was the right time to focus on the upside since June, July 22 on the ETH chart, and as it was the right decision to be bearish somewhere up here. So I will also be bearish once I see enough evidence, but I feel I haven't got enough evidence, okay? That's very important. I feel, you know, there's a responsibility that comes with TA, and there's no point in being a perma bull or perma bear, but I always need evidence to be, you know, and then I will switch scenarios as soon as possible. But again, it doesn't make a difference at the moment because we haven't got a confirmed low in place anyway. So we've been looking for lower prices, and we continue to do so until we see a low in place. The Fib levels tell us where we need to start looking, but at the moment I have no evidence for a low in place. Yeah, just be aware of that. Be a bit careful, and then I'm sure the dust will settle. But the market is so much oversold. All it might need now at some point is a positive catalyst, and it can quickly go into the other direction. So that's why the crypto market is so difficult to navigate, because it can happen very quickly. And then people will feel left out again. You know, that is just, I have to remind you. So I'm very, very keen not to switch away from the possibilities of a third wave rally way too early. It's still very much on the table. It's at the moment still the expectation as long as certain conditions are fulfilled. Now, those conditions are what's on the chart, and but also we're waiting for a signal that it started, and it hasn't started yet, okay? So yeah, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.